Hello, and welcome to Under 1000. I'm your host, Thomas Flower. Each episode, I'll read you a piece of super short fiction. All of the stories are 1,000 words or less. Today, I'll be reading you a story called Every Minute. Please be aware that this episode deals with themes of death, so if that's likely to upset you or anyone that you're listening with, you may want to skip it. Every minute counts. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to waste time or indulge simple pleasures. Not now. Not anymore. I'm burning up. My body's dissolving below me. In a few minutes I'll be gone. Nothing left but a corpse and a house full of memories and bric-a-brac for someone else to get rid of. I want to walk out the door, pick up a bag and leave. But there's nowhere to go that would save me now. I'm not sad. I'm not angry. This is just the end. It's an undeniable fact. Why scream and rage against the dying of the light? It dies anyway, no matter what you do. Might as well live with it. Might as well die with it. I'm using myself up, giving pieces of myself away while I still can. I call another friend, another family member. I listen to their voice. I comfort them. I tell them not to cry. I hang up, never to hear from them again. I call the next person. This is all I'll do for the rest of my life. I always wanted to die in a pretty way. In the movies when they die, they're peaceful and still, a beautiful, immaculate corpse to be observed like a tragic piece of art. That won't be me. I'll be a twisted, gnarled up mess of flesh, brittle and bones. I'm sure they'll still cry, but not in the same way. I wouldn't have chosen to die this way. I didn't choose to die this way. It was chosen for me, by a body that's been conspiring against me for so long now. But soon it won't be my problem anymore. Soon nothing will be my problem. Soon all problems will cease to exist for me, just as all things will cease to exist for me. Will I be free, or will I just be gone? I breathe in, a slow, heavy breath, filling my lung with airs weighted by the circumstances it appears in. I am trying to prepare myself. It's time to make the more difficult and heart-wrenching calls. Mum, Dad, my sister, my ex. These ones will hurt even more than the ones before. But I've already taken so much pain. What's a little more? Soon I won't have any pain left to feel. So enjoy it now. I pick up the phone. Find the first name in the list. Hit call, wait to hear her voice. Eventually it comes through, confused and irritated. Who wouldn't be? It's a shame I couldn't deliver this news in a more opportune fashion, at a time, in a place, in a style which would have eased the heartbreak for everyone. But here I am, calling them up first thing in the morning. I must make do with what I've been given. I'm struggling to breathe now. The air comes in and out of my body, but it feels more and more weighed down. I'm trying to use the breath I still have to tell her what's happening to me, tell her that she'll need to be the one to pass the message on. There's not enough breath left in me to finish it all. I can only wheeze out a few final words of farewell. And now, I'm falling. My head is hitting the floor as my muscles contract and give out one by one and all at once. This body isn't mine to inhabit anymore. I'm being evicted, foreclosed. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. My mind dims, making sense of what it can. Pain is overwhelming me, but it's such a familiar friend by now it barely even matters. I think we're too familiar, in fact, me and him, too comfortable with the discomfort he is causing me. Nerves are failing slowly across my body. The connections sever, taking me from local anesthetic to general. Goodbye, friend. You overstayed your welcome. I flip through a few kind memories, bright jewels which stand out as my mind dims even further. They're not films in my brain anymore, barely even a photo album. More like impressions of who I was and what I loved. A woman, smiling, surrounded by green leaves. A city rushing in and around itself in the most predictable way. A hand, extended, held up, pulling me out from a ditch. The sky, with a hole ripped in it, filled with a black void which grows bigger and bigger and bigger. Finally, I am beyond thought. There's nothing left of me and myself anymore. I'm just a process now, just systems shutting down at the end of a long day's work. Vision's gone already, and touch. Smell will be next, along with taste and then sound. And now, I'm nothing. Not even the end of a process, but simply the lack of a process at all. The void ripped into the sky, spread all the way across the heavens and into the universe. A blackness that carries on forever and is nothing at all. An empty space. A place evacuated and abandoned by its inhabitant. No body. A body. I knew it was coming, and it has come. I knew I was dying, and so I have. It is finished. I am finished. All there is now is a corpse to bury and possessions to redistribute, hold on to, destroy. Now I won't watch TV, won't waste time, won't indulge simple pleasures. I will sleep, if sleep is what we call it. Every minute counts. Every minute is spent. Thank you for listening to Under 1000. I've been your host, Thomas Flower. The theme music is an instrumental version of In Between Days by Nick Tate and the Sharks. To hear the full song and more from the same EP, go to Nick Tate, Nictate, and the Sharks.bandcamp.com or search for them on your favourite streaming platform. I hope you enjoyed this episode and will join me again next time for some more super short fiction.